In this video, I'm going to be talking a little about image ratio and image sizes to help you get the best results out of your prints. So first we'll go to upload and we'll put up some new photos for us to work with. We'll make a new collection and we'll call it print ratios. And we'll upload our photos now. Now you'll notice that here it says we have a maximum 20 megabytes per image for each of the photos that you upload. So the preferred file format that you're going to want to use is JPEG or a .jpg, and basically that's a format that compresses the file enough so it doesn't take up too much space, but you also don't lose that much detail in your image. And I should also note that the preferred color space for the images you upload to our website is going to be sRGB. So we'll upload these. Okay, and here we are. Now, what I've done here is I've actually uploaded 3 photos that are different sizes. If we hover over the photo and press the full screen icon and look in the bottom left of the corner here, we can actually see the size of the image. So this image is 640 by 427 pixels. If we go to our next image, as you can see, it's much larger. It's 2400 by 1600 pixels. And our final image is the largest one that we have. It's 6000 by 4000 pixels. So even though we have these images next to each other and they all appear to be the same size on our computer screen, in reality they actually aren't. And that is going to affect how they look when we print them onto physical paper. So the way we want to think about this is, this image is the smallest image we have. It has the least amount of detail and the least amount of pixels. And that only makes it suitable for certain size prints. So for instance, if we choose a print size that is too large for this image, then when it comes out and we look at it on paper, the pixels in the image and the lack of detail are going to be magnified. They're going to be very, very clear to us. And the picture is not going to be sharp and crisp like you'd want it to. So let's say we try to order an enlargement for this photo. And let's say we'd like to order a 12 by 18 print. If you notice in the top left of the screen here, this red triangle with the exclamation mark comes up. And it's telling us that our photo resolution is 76% less than recommended and may affect quality. So what this is telling us is that our photo is too small for the size print that we selected. Now let's go to our next image. This image is 2400 by 1600 pixels. So we'll try and order a 12 by 18 for that. And this time it's giving us a yellow triangle, and it's telling us that our photo resolution is only 11% less than recommended. So while the resolution of this image isn't 100% ideal for a 12 by 18 print, we will still get acceptable results from this, and it'll look much better than our first photo would. Now if we go to our third and largest photo and select a 12 by 18 print for it, you'll notice that no warning comes up. And that's because this photo has a high enough resolution so that when we print it on a 12 by 18 enlargement, we won't notice any loss of detail. And in fact, this image is big enough for us to order up to a 24 by 36 size enlargement for it. And as you can see, no warnings are coming up. So the thing to think about really is, while we're looking at digital images on our computers, we might not notice the differences between them that will come out if we print them. So we just need to keep in mind that larger prints require pictures that have more detail in them. Now, if you'd like to get a print for one of your photos, but it doesn't have a high enough resolution, we actually have a service here that you can ask us about where our graphic designers can resize and recolor each individual pixel in your image to increase the resolution, making it ideal for larger printing. The other thing I want to talk about is the aspect ratios of our photos. And what I mean by this is essentially just the length and width of our photos. You'll notice that these three photos all have that same ratio. The ratio of these photos is what comes out of a standard full frame digital camera or a 35mm negative. Now these of course correspond to the ratios we have available for our prints. So for example, if we select this photo and we'll go to enlargements and we'll again select the 24x36, and if we go to checkout, you can see that the website says your selected prints do not require any cropping. This photo fits perfectly within the dimensions of the prints that we have selected, so we get the entire photo in there. So these standard print sizes apply to 4x6, 6x9, 8x12, 12x18, 16x24, and 24x36. As you can see, the photo fits perfectly within each of these sizes. However, if we choose a non-standard print size, such as a 16x20, now you'll notice that the image no longer fits perfectly within the borders here, and we actually have to cut off part of the image in order to fit. So if we want to avoid cropping our images, we're going to want to try and stick to one of the standard print sizes that I had showed you before. So the two important things to take away from this are, one, to pay attention to the size of your image and how much detail is there. If you order a print that's too big for the image that you've uploaded, just keep an eye out for that icon in the top left of the screen. Our website will let you know if the image is too small for the size print that you selected. And also try and be aware of the aspect ratio of your images and select a print size that won't force you to crop out any of your picture.